beautiful. So I wanted to go to heaven so bad because I was fed up with this earth here.
So
I'm
you
sorry. I accepted the fact she got it. I still stayed. Yes. And she had a dog. So why my why my girl is out there taking doggy? I was out here taking care of her dog. Wow! People actually think I'm gay. That notion is just to portray a bad character and of course to make my video go viral. Because I mean, just imagine you're going through your feed and you just see a full-fledged guy putting on nose ring. Won't you stop? A very big nose ring. Won't you stop? It's more like a clickbait. If I've spent 100% of my life when I was let's say 15 years old to 23 years old, I spent 85% of them in church. During that period, I could literally lay my hands on you and you get healed. That was how close I was with God. You know, there's some period of your life where you'll be expecting God to talk to you, but God will just keep silent. But that's the time He's nearest to you, the more He's closest to you, the more when He's not even talking to you. When we just flinged the assignment of my fees, I said, go and number this thing. In fact, you feel my course, and that was how my carryover started in school.
Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of the Heartbreak Motel. Deroa here, and I'm going to be your host for today. Today promises to be very interesting because I'm going to be hosting the convener of this show. So Confidence, are you ready? You're on my hot seat today.
How good to know.
Hope you're not tense.
No, not at all.
Knowing the fact that talk about people's relationships, everyone can relate to your story. So now that you want to talk about your own story, are you sure you're not going to judge you? Anyways, okay, so how many stories are you going to be sharing with us today?
Two
heartbreak stories? Or?
Yeah, these are like the major ones that shaped my life.
Okay. Right, fine. So before we get into it, so let me start with this. Who exactly is Confidence? Okay, how would you describe yourself?
Well, I'll define myself as a man that has gone through thick and thin, has gone through different fiery process to become pure gold.
I like that.
Trust me, it's actually crazy.
Did you get that from Shakespeare?
No, not at all. It's from a book though. From a book. Okay. Yeah. My name is Confidence Chima Ike from Imo State. I'm a video content creator, graphic designer, social media manager, and also a student of political science. And in all of this, a phenomenal actor. Guy, if I ask for you, I know so most of you see my content. Yeah. So yeah.
So I would say more like a jack of all trades, but just a creative in general.
Yeah, a creative in general. I do poetry, Sha. That I was low.
Wow.
Okay.
You're giving us like here.
It's
that's interesting. That's interesting. You want to talk about your family background?
Yeah. Came from a family of 7, including my mom and my dad.
Okay, so you have like 5 siblings.
5 siblings. Yeah, I'm the second child, the second son. So I have 3 kid sisters. Beautiful girls. Sometimes I fear. All those things we when I do my sister. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so let's get into the topic for today. So now, which of the story do you want to share first?
Okay, so
your heartbreak story or which?
Yeah, I've got 2. One is from a relationship, my past relationship, and the other was more like a suicidal story. Yeah,
so you were suicidal at the point in your life?
Yeah, suicidal. I wanted to.
Who would have thought?
Trust me, I wanted to own a life. I wanted to own a life myself with my eyebrows raised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, which of the stories would you like to share first?
Let me go with the suicidal first because it's more like a sequence.
Okay.
So in 2018, I got into school after chasing law for more like 3 good years at home. I was chasing law. I wanted to study law so bad. My dad was like, "Don't worry, go into school. I'm here to support." And trust me, Dad was doing very well.
Okay.
Go into school. I'm going to support you. I'm here for you, and yada and stuff like that. So I was just chasing this admission back and forth. The good thing was those 3 years, I used those 3 years to learn a particular skill, which is I started with graphic design, video editing, and graphic design.
Okay.
So I mastered the skill, not like I mastered but I got the fundamentals. I could take jobs and deliver, very perfectly, very well. So 2018, I just decided to like switch. I applied for to study political science at Ignatius University in Port Harcourt. This university that Simply Thatcher went to.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I applied there and I got the admission. I got there. My first year was all rosy. It was all good. I've paid my school fees. I was looking all shiny. There's this swag I get. The swag is like more like different from what everybody sees online. Not like the sagging kind of swag and stuff. There's this way I dress that exude excellence. Like I'm always my
corporate kind of.
Yes, my shirt is always tucked in. Shirts. Your plain trousers and the white shoe plus a pocket feel. Yeah, pocket feel. Okay. the rose, and my hair was neatly combed and always lined. So I was looking so sharp in school. I had so many girls gushing over me back then and stuff. So I was shining. I was shining back then in school. Then my second year in school, second 200 level, first semester, disaster struck. Not like I won't call it disaster, Sha. How the economy keeps crumbling and everything. So there's this major company my dad was working for. They left the country because of the economic hardship. Okay. Another one followed suit. So it was just as if my dad, those top-notch client of his was just going away from the country. So my dad became very broke. Wow. Very broke. But before then, he had already, putting up a structure in Port Harcourt, a house. You get to one, very secluded area. Those places just develop, just buy land, build house there. So I was not struggling in school. I couldn't feed. I couldn't pay my house rent. I couldn't do those. And you know how lecturers are. If you don't buy their textbook, you won't pass their course. Yeah. You get. So I was just trying my best to, just keep up. Then the first tragedy struck when I wanted to submit my assignment. I would not forget that day. I wanted to submit my assignment SOS 111.
So
yes, but my second level, my first year, second semester. Yeah, second semester. So I wanted to submit my assignment, right? You see my first year, first semester, the ending towards the ending, going to the second year. I wanted to submit my assignment, and I got to this lecturer's office. How you just knock on the lecturer's door and just squeeze the door handle and just go in. So I want to submit my assignment and stuff like that. So he was there with one of the hottest girl in my department there. So when you're all loved up on the girl, like you're holding the girl's hand and you're trying to tell the girl, I love you, like my content. I love you so much and stuff like that. And I just barged in. Sorry, let me put the mic well. I just barged in and you're just trying to adjust your hand, and when any fresher gets into school, you don't know, but there are eyes on you. Mm-hmm. There are always eyes on you, especially from your department, from your faculty,
from
lecturers, from these people that want you to come and join a fraternity, lecturers that are looking out for you, checking if there's going to be a bad egg, the next cultist, the brilliant one and stuff like that. So I didn't know that they were already discussing me. That this guy is always punctual in class, he's doing this, he's doing that and stuff like that. So they didn't like me because they felt like I was pompous because of the way I dress. I overdress when I want to go to school. I overdress. So when the man saw me, he was like, "You, what are you here for?" I said, and funny enough, the girl was crushing on me. Wow. The girl liked me.
You make it hard for you.
I swear to God. So when I got into the apartment, the office, the man was like, "You, what are you doing?" I said, "I came to submit my." Isn't that they are submitting the assignment around 3? Isn't it past lecture time? I mean, you're not supposed to submit it now and stuff like that. So I said, "I'm sorry. Okay, give me assignment." And I gave the guy my assignment, and he was just flipping through the pages. And the girl now was just looking at me. She was just, because she was sitting, I was standing, she was looking at me. And the man, she was doing, yeah, she was, but why would you do that? Like, don't you know you've been implicating me? She was just.
You had all that going through your mind.
Yeah, she was, and I'll be looking like, you understand, it was this kind of thing. Yeah, so the man noticed and was like, so you're using this your fine boyness and you're dressing to be collecting all the girls in the school.
That's what he said to you.
Yes. So he now went through it, and that's what I didn't number my this thing. I'm a fresher. You're supposed to come here and tell me, look, take this back and go and number it. Before you know, he just flinged the assignment of my fees. I said, go and number this thing. In fact, you fee my course. And that was how my carryover started in school. And then I am this kind of person. I'm a sucker for excellence, right? I'm this kind of person that I might procrastinate something if it's not the best. You get. So I wanted to ace all my score. I didn't want a stain on my certificate, right? So I saw carryover like one big thing like that, like my whole world has ended. Like this is the beginning of my failure in school. You get. My parents were expecting good grades, and I'm already faulting them. I'm faulting, my promises to them, of coming, first class at least, So it was a crazy moment for me. The result came out. I failed. His own particular course, and that was how it started. So my year 2, I asked my parents for school fees, and they were like, no, I don't have money. I didn't blame them, you understand, because I knew that things wasn't that smooth for them. So but I was just trying, and God helped me. I was just trying, to buy some few textbooks that I can buy, with the little money I got from graphic design. I was just trying to put myself in order, but I couldn't, keep up with the debts that keeps coming. One textbook, you're spending 10k, 8k, 5k, and how much was I charging for my graphic design then? Back then, 2,000 naira.
Wow.
So, and even your assignment, to print your assignment, is actually 3,000 naira. Sometimes there might be 17 pages, 20 pages, and it's actually crazy. So I couldn't keep up. My grades were falling, and they now made everything in CBT. So you must pay your school fees before you see your results. So after the end of that first semester, the 200 level, I couldn't see my results, right? Because I haven't paid my school fees. I just, out of 11 courses that they gave to me, I already bought 7 textbooks, and I couldn't do the other assignment. And if you don't, assignment plays a major role on your grades, you get. So that was how it was happening. Before I fell into depression, the rest of that, and it was going on and on. I was just trying to one thing about the devil is the devil will make amplifying little things as as though it's very big, and you can't do without it, you understand. So I was just trying to meet up at the rest of that, and then the COVID struck, right? COVID-19, there was this lockdown. I was like, God, what's going on? Wicked back then. Wicked was the one ruling us back then in River State. He will lock us down. He will unlock us. He will lock us. He will unlock us.
This happened in 2020.
Yeah, exactly. So during that period, I was damn broke. I couldn't get jobs. I wasn't. Jobs wasn't coming.
Out of school?
No. I was still in school. Okay. The jobs weren't coming because I was working and I was schooling. I was doing my graphic design like a freelance, and I was schooling. So jobs wasn't coming in. I was just using the little one to hold myself, and I did not chip in this. If I've spent 100% of my life when I was let's say 15 years old to 23 years old, I spent 85% of them in church. Yes, because church rats. Because I'm always you can call me. I can literally during that period I could literally lay my hands on you and you get healed. That was how close I was with God. You get. So I was mostly what I was doing in church is acting, stage play. They do invite me for different church programs. Me and my crew, etc. We do go for church programs, church events, and we do go there. Preach with the word of God on stage. Act and stuff like that. So I was doing all of those things, and that very day, they invited us to come minister in church. I want church like that. So we went there. That was on a Friday. On Saturday morning, it was a vigil. On Saturday morning, I was coming back home, and I just sat down at the front seat, just casually pressing my phone. That was around 5 a.m. in the morning. I was just pressing my phone, and my phone was more like one of the major thing that gave me money. Yes, exactly. So because I was always sending jobs from my phone, hotspotting my laptop with my phone, all of those kind of stuff. So I was just pressing my phone. I won't out like that. Just dragged my phone. Mate like came down, rush. I was chasing him.
Wow.
I met him. I grabbed his shoulder, turned him, folded my wrist. I want to, start, this kind of levels. I didn't know where this guy brought that machete from.
Wow.
He raised it up. I was just trying to go back and I tripled and I fell. He wanted to, match at me, but I was like, maybe God shine for my face. Like, my son, don't lay hands on this boy. And he just withdrew the machete and just, left. So when I go back home, I believe my parents were calling because I do go back home every Friday and every Saturday and Sunday weekend. I do go to my family house. So I was trying to reach out to my parents. So I just decided to go to my parents' house to tell them that look what has happened. So I still have my laptop with me. So I went with my laptop, and when I got there, I got the news that COVID-19 task force arrested my sister, that she broke the COVID-19 rule. And my parents, we've just moved into a very secluded, place in Port Harcourt where my dad bought a land and built a house, and we just packed in. You could literally see bushes around just little few houses, and that area was, and when they just restored peace of recent, there's not I won't call it 100% peace, but there were peace in that environment. So when I got there, I dropped my laptop. The next day we went to the police station to bring out my sister and stuff like that. So while we were at the police station, they've already entered our house to burgle our house. They took my laptop, took my TV, took so many things. So when I came back, I was like, God, what is going on?
This happened in less than 24 hours.
I swear, what is going on? And during that period, there's this girl I liked then that broke up with me. You understand? So I was like, God, are you out there to haunt me? And probably before that time, my friends that were doing Yahoo, scam, they were scamming people. They said I should come, join their HK, I'm going to get big. They were driving a car, at that young age in Port Harcourt. They were living comfortably. So they said I'm just going to be the one branding their social media website, real estate, because they were into real estate scam. That I was just going to do flyers and stuff like that to help them get more clients. And I turned down the offer because I was a church boy and my conscience couldn't deal with it. So I was telling God, why will you allow me go through all these things when I'm trying my best to serve you? Like, I go to church literally every day. I preach the gospel on stage. I did this. I was just talking, and so coupled with those videos you see on CNN where you see piles of dead body from the people that died of COVID, just dumping them into one big ditch. So I was like, God, if you're really alive, why would you allow this such thing to happen? Like, why is this happening? So devil was just playing with my thoughts. I was just all my mind was like, God doesn't exist. But I knew God existed.
But the situations
but I was just telling me, was just lying to me. But I wanted assurance. I wanted him to give me a sign that, look, I'm with you. There are some period of your life where you'll be expecting God to talk to you, but God will just keep silent. But that's like that's the time he's nearest to you, the more he's closest to you, the more when he's not even talking to you. You understand? So as a student, as a fine boy in school, I had girls coming to my house. Sometimes, one woman like that, she'll just be like, that stays in my compound, she'll be like, because they do call me Alex. My name is Alex too. Say Alex. Anytime I bring in different girl, they'll be Alex. Who be this one?
Who be the period of you being in church by your sitting?
Once in a while. So it'll be like Alex. Who be this one? They get, so who did they do anything? No, that she just might cost me. All those kind of whining. So I couldn't pray out loud because my neighbor will hear me and they'll be like, I was like, what is she going to say? Oh, this person they bring woman call. I was like, they pray like this. So when I want to pray in those nights, like when I want to talk to God, I'll be like, what's the word? Like, I won't talk, but I will like murmuring. So I'll be cursing God. Not like I'll be cursing God. I'll be like shouting at God in my mouth, like, God, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just help me? Are you dead? In fact, you're dead. That's why people don't like that. That's how I was saying it in my mind. Those period I was having loud voices in my head. you know when your grades were you are failing, like things wasn't going. Okay, I didn't even tell you about this car in my hand. So then I was a member of House on the Rock Port Harcourt before I came to Lagos here. Pastor Lara Olushi, very amazing pastor. God, I love this pastor so much. You love him if you're in Port Harcourt. Everybody loves him in Port Harcourt. So I was opportuned, to know him a little. So he heard about my story, the laptop and the phone stuff, because then I was doing little graphic design for the church. So he called me and said that okay, no problem, he's going to send me. Then he sent, was it 95,000 naira there about, that was approximately to like $1 back then, like $100 here. So he sent that money to me. So I, before he sent that money to me, I was just looking for a way to survive. So I registered for one Udemy program like that. Sorry. And they gave me more like, is it 3 weeks trial or something like that? So when they gave me that money, I had to like put it into the account where my ATM card, my debit card was attached to the Udemy course, because before they give you that trial version, you have to input your card details. So I was told that I forgot that I did that kind of a thing. So when they brought that money, and it didn't go up to in fact the next day they took out the money. So I thought I was being scammed
again.
Yes, I thought I was being scammed. So here, I was like, God, you don't. In fact, this to show that you don't like me. I was angry. I smashed my hand. This was me trying to kill myself. I didn't. Okay, during all this period, I wanted to kill myself. I was hearing these thoughts that look, God does not like you. Just unalive yourself. I'll literally be crossing the road and I'll be closing my eyes. And yes, every time we close from church, there's this wicked flyover I built at Ajib. Is it wicked I built that flyover? But there's a flyover at that Jeep there in Port Harcourt. I'll climb that flyover. I'll just be envisioning myself jumping down from there. You get.
But during this phase of your life, you still had the courage to go to church.
Yes, I was still going to church. I was going to church for God to answer me, because I still believe that God can hear me. I'm a strong church boy, but I just wanted him to just comfort me and tell me that look, I'm with you. But he wasn't saying anything. You get. So I wanted to unalive myself so bad. Then like I said, when at that period when I punched the glass because of that anger and everything, so it tore my hand and I was bleeding, like I was in the pool of my own blood. I didn't even bother to rush myself to the hospital, because there was this song I was listening. They said hell doesn't exist and heaven was beautiful. That's only heaven. We have only heaven in existence, no hell. So I wanted to go to heaven so bad, because I was fed up with this earth here. So I was just sitting down. My blood was just dropping. My friend was there, was like, confidence. You think the worry, go find one more come up from here. Before you know, he rushed me. He booked an Uber. My blood stained on the Uber, like inside the car. Wow. They wrapped my hand, like I was bleeding, thick blood, and the rest of that. So even after that, when I was trying to heal, I was still going through this depression. I was hearing loud voices in my head. When you go into the market setting and you're just hearing different voices. The market is even better. You can hear, Maoga, come buy meat, come buy clothes. This one I wasn't hearing one word. I was just hearing screams. Wow. You understand? And
so you're in another realm.
Exactly. And the only voice I could hear was just unalive yourself. Take your life and just leave this world. So I could remember that very day. That was 12 to 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. in the morning. I woke up because I was hearing voices in my head. I couldn't sleep. I was just counting the ceiling, and one still small voice just said, Alex, you've tried now, haven't you tried? Even though if you go to heaven now, God is going to be happy with you. Just kill yourself, just die and go. So, and devil is just so bad. He's a very bad person, because he told me that I should go and take kerosene. Is it kerosene or fuel? And funny enough, fuel does not kill you, but it just destroy your organ and it will kill you slowly. So maybe I'll just be in pains. I'll just be in pains. Then someone would damage, yes, and someone would just burst into the room, maybe probably tomorrow morning, because my friends will come to see me and see me bleeding, and before they rush me to the hospital, and I get myself, I've already destroyed one organ in my body and just get one internal sickness for life. And that's how I saw it after that time. So I just entered the kitchen. I carried the bottle of fuel. I uncorked it and I wanted to drink it. So immediately I wanted to drink it, I saw this like more like it was a screen. You know when you on like these lights now, like it was flashing in your face, more like a projector. And I just saw where my mom is crying on my dead corpse.
Wow.
She was
saw
crying.
like a vivid vision.
Yes, exactly. I saw how my mom was crying. Like I don't joke with my mom at all. She was crying. She was, sorry, I'm an actor, so I can be very extra. Don't do this. And with that vision, I just cocked the kerosene bottle, the fuel bottle back, and just kept it. I was still hearing voices in my head. At this point, my heart was beating so fast, it was palpitating. Like,
but that vision held you back.
Yes, that vision. Even before that time, I was still having I'll just be having palpitation for no reason. My heart was just hit. Like, have you ever experienced depression? Like that. And funny enough, it's just one little issue. Very little. It's so little. It's just me thinking about it now. I mean, it's just so crazy. So my heart was beating so fast. I felt like I had high blood pressure because my heart was now paining me. You know, when your heart is beating fast, so you're now feeling chest pain in your heart. So I went to one of the doctors to come run a check for me. They're like, young boy, what are you doing? Why are you here? So I want to come and check, my high blood pressure, whether I have. He said, young boy, like, what are you having high blood pressure for? So I explained everything that was happening. He just laughed. So he gave me this message to go and listen to Apostle Joshua Selman, The Secret Place.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. So after I listened to that message, my body I came back to normal. I just, relaxed and just chill. I was like,
but that period, you were going through all that phase. How did you feel when the doctor was offering you that message? Because at that time in your mind, I'm sure you felt like, oh my God.
I see why I was shouting at God was for God to be triggered to answer me.
Okay.
I knew God exists. I'm the one. I've acted as someone going through trials and tribulation on stage. Those my stage. So I relate to all of those things. You understand? But I never knew those things can happen to me in real life. You understand? So I was actually going through what I was acting because I was so good at acting that they give me the lead role every single time in church. And those whenever if you want churches to invite you over and over again, just go and act one painful drama that if someone is going through different tribulation, then God now helped him. You get this thing, you get invite over and over again, especially if the message is very powerful. So I was the one acting that part over and over again. So it was more as if what I was acting came to me. You get. So I knew God God was existing. I never doubted his existence. So but I just wanted him to answer me and just tell me like a still small voice, my son, don't worry, it is okay. I'm here with you. That's what I wanted to hear from God. But Baba don't even answer me, so he not send me at all. So he gave me that message. I listened to it and it calmed me down to an extent though, because I was still, sad and everything. So I believe that message calmed me down. So I was just, living my life and my final year. I also haven't checked my result though. I was just doing my thing. So my final year, I was opportune, to get blessed by God. I got a lot of money to take care of mine. Like I cleared all my debts in school, all of them. Okay. So I was not able to access. Though my elder brother helped me pay, one term school fees. Was it my 300 every year? So he said, okay, I should just pay for this one. So you pay for 200 level and finally let me just clear 300 levels on for you.
So you have to take care of yourself.
Yes.
So, after your
exactly. Yes.
Support.
Yes. So after doing that, I got access now to my portal. So I saw my result. I had 2 carryovers in my GNS for GNS. I've forgotten the GNS, but there are GNS courses and one departmental course. So I sorted. Should I say this online? Yeah, sure. Think concern me. I sorted some ones, but the GNS I couldn't sort them out. You understand? So, but do you know the funniest thing? This certificate that I held so dearly, I've never tendered my certificate to look for a job. With all the millions I've gotten in my life since I came to Lagos, I've never tendered my certificate, to any organization that you look at my certificate. They've never employed me based on my certificate before. Yes, I've never asked me to bring my certificate.
And you wanted to kill
myself because of certificates. That's how crazy. Oh God, devil, yeah. Wow. You if I catch you one on one. But that's how crazy it is. So that was how God saved me from depressing thought and the more. See, trust me, if I had taken that crazy that night, right? I felt like I was going to die, but I wasn't going to die, right? Because I knew that definitely they'll find me before I die, because crazy kills you slowly, and I'm this kind of person that I cannot endure pain for so long. I will shout, "Hey, Paul, help me!" and people will come, and before taking care of me, maybe I might have damaged one liver or two liver or one organ in my body, and I'll now have one internal sickness that will kill.
Yeah.
So that's how they will not say no, like, why would you do this to me? What's me I do? You understand? That's how crazy. Anytime I think about this, I was like, okay, why? But why?
Why the stress?
Why the stress? You understand? But I got to find out that God allowed all those things to happen to me because there's this message, there's this thing I got from the secret place. That message, he said, what do you have to tell a girl that her mother is dying and she's just coming back from church after 7 days and 7 nights fasting and praying for the mom to get healed, and you still come back home and you lay your hands on your mom's head and your mom still dies? Like, what's going to like? What do you think like is the perfect solution to that girl? Don't you think that girl will think that there is no God and stuff like that? But all those testing of your faith work it for your salvation. Said for a good to be pure and refined, it has to go through different fire process and beating and the rest of that. There's always, like I said before, there's one book I read. Do you want to be a beautiful white lamb? Very beautiful white shiny lamb, but a prey to every predator in the jungle, and you're scared for your life every single day in the jungle? Or do you want to be a wounded lion with all the bruises and scars and experiences from the jungle, feared by all animals? Now you're the predator hunting the prey you get. So I just took that exactly. So I guess there's a whole lot that has gone through that I've gone through rather, but I think that this is like the biggest that I've ever gotten, like the biggest experience I've ever gotten. Right now I can face anything, through me any challenge, and I'll tell you that God is good. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I say. I say thank you, Jesus.
So you feel like you saw this phase of your life as a lesson, like a fiery.
Exactly.
To build your faith.
To build me, because I've gone through a whole lot. Even when I came to Lagos, I have been broke. You understand? I've gone through a whole lot. Rejection. I've gone through a whole lot. But anytime I think about my experience, I'll be like, no, God will definitely come through. It's just for a while. Maybe in fact, any struggle that comes to me, I'll ask myself, what lesson is this thing trying to teach me? Because that one taught me a lesson. So I'm like, okay, instead of me to freak out, what lesson is this thing teaching me, so that I would learn and just fix myself and stuff? Because I always understand that it is just for the meantime. As far as you're not lazy, as far as you don't give up on that thing, you'll surely get it. That's the kind of mentality I have right now.
So you saw every challenge coming your way as a lesson.
Yes, that's how I see challenges now. Every challenge, it's a lesson.
There's a lesson
exactly behind it. If something happens to you today, it's a lesson. I see, maybe this for another day. I had a real estate.
Amen.
Amen. God, God, you're talking to me. I can hear you. Please speak more. So I had housing issues. Was it late last year, October to September this year?
Okay.
Yeah, I got a shared apartment, and it's a long story, but I knew what God taught me from that. Right now, I'm thinking about going to real estate deals and stuff like that. But so it opened my eye, to see things. I believe that because I'm this kind of person, I'm a soft person. One of the things that the guy did was play on my softness. You understand? So I saw that, okay, you need to be fierce. You don't need to show weakness. Yes. And that was what. So there's a whole lot. So anytime I see any challenge or anything, I just tell myself, this won't teach me lessons. So I just see it like that and just move on. Yeah.
Wow, interesting. That's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
And we said something like that a part of you were like, you're a very soft person, portraying the kind of videos, people will be like, wow.
Bro, I'm
The opposite of your life.
guy.
I just have to chip in that.
People think
Because still see you as the who is this guy?
yes,
the
now
bad boy and all
yeah,
that.
the nose ring and the rest
Yeah,
of that.
exactly.
You know,
You still get to get back to that.
people think I'm this very hugeous human beater. But you don't know I'm a very guy. I'm not soft. No, I'm not soft. I'm a hard man. I'm a hard man. I'm a hard man. I'm a very hard man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that was a very interesting one. So bringing you back to your, let's come down to your heartbreak story.
My heartbreak story.
I'm very invested. I'm very invested.
I know you a girl. You must be interested, and I like that kind of gist.
Invested in that.
I like that kind of gist. So after my schooling, after my final year in school, I came to Lagos. I didn't even do my NYSC. I don't see any up to now. I don't see any reason for NYSC because I'm making enough money.
Okay.
You understand? So when they talk about making enough money, I say I'm broke, oh, guys. Please come and help me. Don't mind me. I don't have any money. Please, I've been saying this like I'm a big billionaire. Please, I'm a very humble person. I need help. So when I came to Lagos, I was so broke. I was just trying to put my feet more in one or two places and just to survive. And thank God for my brother, my elder brother. If I see that guy, man, I shake him. That guy did a great job for me. For everything I am today, he played more like
an important role.
Yeah, 50 to 60% role. Yes, I'm not saying smoking is bad or drinking is bad, but my elder brother doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He's not a violent person. And I was looking for a role model, and he was the one I saw. Yeah, so when I came, he has already left Port Harcourt to Lagos, and he made everything. He made my transition very smooth. So when I came to Lagos, I was staying in his house. I was squatting in his house. That wasn't comfortable because he's a man. Go on, brain band come sometimes. Sometimes I'll go for parlor, go sleep, and the parlor they have not arranged the parlor, so there's a lot of mosquito, cockroach, and the rest of that. But I tell you this thing, so I go let me rant out my mind because I know you're going to watch this. Let me see my mind. You go bring woman come house. I'll go sleep for parlor with cockroaches and rats. With dusty chairs. Yes, with dusty chairs. You will not look at me. Come or whatever. I'm just joking, Sha. I'm just joking. So I was staying with my brother. I was squatting and I was just going through my Instagram that day and I saw my ex when I won't call her, did we even date? Because I was very small that period. Okay. So yeah, secondary school. Yeah, secondary school. That was secondary school. I was in SS2, SS3 then. So there's this girl. There's that time. I don't know if you know about Facebook famous, being Facebook famous. So back then I was opportune to be Facebook famous. If I upload a picture, I'll get more like, let's see, 200 to 500 reaction likes on my picture, and then it was a big deal. Like it was a big deal, and she has, if she uploads a picture, she'll get like 1,015 likes on her picture. So they held us in high esteem, like we're these two teenagers that are like the top tier, the elites. You get, and if you are not in your end of the year party, if you don't invite us in, or your entertainment party, your entertainment party is not a hit. You get, and all this time I was still a church boy. You're going to church. So please don't judge me. Yeah, exactly. So I went. I was opportunity to be Facebook famous. Then we just saw ourselves that okay, we are elite, so let's just have one or two things. So
while you were in secondary
when I was in secondary school, so then she was still a virgin then, so we didn't really do much, just kiss, all this kind of thing. So one thing happened, and I have so many competition now. She's a fine girl, I'm a fine boy, but girls will have more suitors than guys. So she had so many guys coming around her, so I just had to let her go. So that day I was just scrolling through this, and I saw her on live, Instagram live. Like, yo, how are you? She said, fine. I saw that you're in Lagos. Say yes, come now, let's link up. So okay, I'm coming. Send your location. Sent my
that same day.
That same day. So she said no, that was the next day. She sent the location, and I got to her house. Then I got to her house.
Things went down. You don't have to complete that.
So we no. So after that, we just started dating automatically. But some things wasn't right because she was staying in a room and a parlor on the island, and you a copper. A room and a parlor. Yes, and that's like your first day in Lagos. So things, it wasn't looking nice, and but I was like, okay, maybe you saved a lot of money. Even though you saved a lot of money, I know you even though it's BQ or shared apartment or what they're calling it, it's a self-con, one room and toilet. I mean, I know that, okay, but she had a room and a parlor, so I was like, okay, no wahala. So started vibing. She normally goes through my, she's this authoritative kind of person, more like a girl that has masculine nature in her. She wants to be the boss and the rest of that, being control. She has a very strong spirit, stronger than mine. It's more like fire and ice. Ice, she's fire. You get. So she'll tell me, I want to go through your phone. She'll go through my phone. She'll be like, this girl on Instagram, I don't want you talking to her. Say, fine, whatever you want, but I don't do that to her. Anytime I want to go through her phone, she'll clearly tell me that she doesn't want me going through her phone, but you're going through mine. But I don't take it that way. I was just like, you're my girl, and let's just get on with it. So one thing led to the other. I don't know how I found out that she got a sugar daddy, but I did.
Wow.
Because this number kept on calling her. So one day I confronted her. I was like, you can't keep on lying to me. Who the hell is this man? She's like, I just came to Lagos. Daddy at the airport, he was the one that helped you carry your bag. He booked you to a hotel. You didn't have any place to stay. So she helped you, stayed in the hotel for like 2 months before he now gave you money to go rent an apartment. And that's how you're here and everything. So I was like, why didn't you tell me all of this thing before I got into this? And I don't love you already. You get. And this girl, like, our love is not that, like, we bonded not on the physical realm. It was mostly on the spiritual realm, and sex was more like the gateway for it. Because whenever we want to have sex, I don't smoke, right? But whenever I want to have sex, she smokes, and whenever someone smokes, it's more like you're out of this world. So just one time she gave me, and I enjoyed it, bro. I was not on Earth anymore. I was in a sphere, more like in the galaxy. I was seeing stars everywhere, and I was floating. I didn't see myself naked. I saw myself wearing white and white with her. If she was wearing a flowing white gown and was wearing a white clothes just like this, and we had our hands and we were just floating on top and smiling while on Earth we were having sex. You understand? That's how spiritual it was. Wow. And anytime I want to do that, it's more like a consistent feel. So it's more like sex opened the way, and I bonded with her so well. You get. So I love that even more than anything. So I was like, it's too late to go back now. So what are we going to just please, So now anything you accept, you have to go with it. You have to go with the flow. So sometimes the man will be like, look, I just came back from UK. Come and see me. Or say, Alex, now, please. I'm sorry. I accepted the fact she I still stayed. Yes. Wow. So she be like, please, now you understand. I'll come back to you, please. And she had a dog. So why my girl is out there taking doggy, I was out here taking care of her dog. Wow. Alex, confidence, Chimaeke.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus. So I taught the dog how to sit, how to poop in a place, how to pee in a place, how to do some tricks and all that stuff. You understand? So it was a whole lot. You get. So she's this kind of person that she can be lazy most times, and I don't care. I'll just come take care of the house and everything. So she said I was doing that every time. So she left the duties to me. So I was doing all of those things. I was just trying to make her happy. Mostly because she was working and she had money to feed both of us. You understand?
Were you living in a house?
I wasn't living in the house, but I was coming. I was mostly, especially when my brother comes in with the girl. Okay, so I'll just go. Yes, I'll just go to her house and stay. Sometimes I'll stay 5 days, 1 week. You understand? And trust me, it was always a bond whenever I would go there. But time went on, and the sugar daddy started coming to our house. Like, this man wants to come to the house, and you're here. I don't want you to go. Okay, do you know what? Just stay inside the door. I'll lock the door. I'll pretend that I forgot the key somewhere, and we'll just stay outside in the compound and just talk. And so she'll lock me inside the house, and I'll be inside the compound in the man's car. They'll be talking. I'll be watching, MTV based on her TV at the parlor with the dog. You understand? So it went on like that. I was
how did you feel during this? Like,
I felt less of a man, but when you love this person, yeah, you love the person. So trust me, she's a very good person. Like, if you talk to her, she has, good sense of, reasoning. But the thing is, she's just trying to survive. This is Lagos. She loved me and I didn't have money. She was willing to accept me for who I am, but I need to accept her for who she is, you understand? And that was how it was, you get. So it went on and on, but where I wasn't, agreeing on whatever agreement we had before was when I found out that she had more than one sugar daddy.
Oh wow. How were you able to find that out?
Different numbers were now calling. Small, she works in a real estate firm. I know people when they come buy house, they are mostly Odogu, and she's a very fine girl, and she's the one taking those men to the sites, to the houses, and there's no how one or two will not take her number. You know, all those kind of things. So she'll be like, sometimes she'll be like, I met this man today and everything.
So when you say you accepting the first, sugar daddy saga thing,
brought in more.
Brought
in more. So at first I wasn't buying it. So then we were having insecurity came in. We're not having issues, trust issue. If I call her at work and she doesn't pick, and there's this guy that she normally goes to see on her break period. And anytime she goes to see this guy on her break period, the guy buys her food.
How did you know that?
Because she told me. Okay. She told me. So now I felt like, since she's seen many other people, like many other guys, I felt like she was out there cheating on me. So even when she's actually at work, so I felt like she has. So insecurity came in. We were having issues back and forth. She was like, Alex, you need to trust me. I was like, well, how the can I trust you? How am I going to trust you when you're not doing this with one person anymore? You're doing this with different multiple people. So kept on going on and on. Sometimes I'll tell her that, look, I want to break up. She'll beg me, say, please don't go, I love you. And I actually like that. It boosted my ego. You get. So I was like, this girl really liked me. I shouldn't do this. My friend knew about this girl. It's a very soft person. If something happened to me now, if it changed my mood, and I'm trying to work on it now, he might not really know. But if my mood gets affected, everybody in this room will know. Sometimes I'll go, because I was doing comedy then. I was acting. I didn't have a job, so I was acting. I was doing comedy with my guys. I had this character, Chief Chukudi. So I was just trying to see if I'll become the next, Sydney Talker and Nasty Black. You understand? So my friend, I'll be shooting, and before I would just call her, and she would not pick my call. I would just snap. I'll be thinking, this girl don't go collect knacks from another guy. Wow. You understand? So one time my dad was kidnapped. When my dad was kidnapped, I was with her. We were on the bed. We just finished having sex. So when my dad was kidnapped, I left the house. The next day I tried to call her. She did not pick. And she told me that during that period that sugar daddy came around. You understand? So on my mind, I felt like she was, and of course, it's true, right? Because your sugar daddy just come and he has been calling you to come. You get. So during that period, I needed somebody to console me, but I didn't get
from your girlfriend.
Yes, get from my girlfriend.
But she knew that your dad was kidnapped.
Exactly. And at some point, I thought I wasn't doing anymore, and she was like, okay, no problem, cool.
So there was a point she accepted that, I want to let you go. How did you feel?
I was like, yo, are you not going to beg? Because I want you to always assure me that
she doesn't want to let you go,
and she should not do it again, at least until I start making money from my skits. Because I felt like I was going to make money. I had in mind I was going to make money. Immediately I entered skits making, because obviously I'm in Lagos. That's what Lagos life has, projected content creation to be. So I was thinking she was going to, but madam not even beg me this. She said, I can't keep on doing this with you and everything. She was like, okay, leave. Okay, we left. And before them, I'm a broke guy now. Then I already saved a small money to rent a BQ. So I entered my BQ. She had 2 beds. I took one of the bed. She had 2 standing fan. I took one of the standing fan. She gave me one of her nice hoodie, and she gave me this, clothes. I don't know. I forgot. Is it a robe? More like a nightwear. It's more like more like a towel where you get to tie. So I was using that for one of my content like that, because I was also acting like a woman, to spicing the character up. So she called me like, yo, look, I need to take all my stuffs back.
I was like,
I was like, yo, you know, I've been using this thing to act, to spoil my character. She said she doesn't give a shit. She give her stuff. I said, okay, no problem. She said I should give her a fan, her bed. I knew I needed the bed, so I told her that I've sold the bed, but I'm going to send her money, and I sent her money for the bed. But she took the fan, the clothes, and everything. Then later she called me, and she was, I felt like she was high then, but what she said to me was very bad. So she said she called me and told me that, okay, I should bring back her laptop stand. There's this stand that you normally use, you know, in holding a laptop. So she felt I was the one that took it because I was into graphic design then. She was like, yo, I did not take this stand, and she said it was you that she kept. She knew where she kept it, and I was the only one. She said, just check if you took it to work. She said, no, it's, she was not calling me that. So after everything I did for you, you want to take this one? You want to I was like, yo, I wouldn't bring all this stuff. She now said one thing. She said, if I had invested all my time, my money, my energy on a carpenter or a plumber in this Lagos,
wow,
at least I would have gone farther than being with me. Almost shit, I was so down, like up till today that word haunts me.
Wow.
Till now that word haunts me anytime I think about, because the only thing
you had to take a lot from her.
Yeah, the only thing I did for you was accepting the fact that you had so many guys around you, and I took it in. I took care of you. I was there with you. There's no time that you needed emotional support. Sometimes she gist me of all the things that happened at work. She took almost all my time. I didn't have time for myself.
Yeah.
You understand? So I would literally be there, like anytime she needs me, I'm there. Alex, I need you at the house now. Come, I'll come. I can even show you the text. There was one time she said, Alex, I want you to come to I'm not going to say this. She said, Alex, I kept the key under the footmatch for you. Before I come back, you need to be baited and naked on top of the bed. I was like, if I give you back answer, you understand? So she was saying it as it's more like I can show you the chat. Like, there was one time, like, I saw the chat again on my iMessage. Like, so I still got this chat reached today. You get, so that was how it was. So I was like, the only thing I did was just to love upon you this much, right? So it is actually crazy, but I'm happy. Like, I've moved on. I'm in a better place. Like, I believe she would watch my content. Sometimes when she watch my, she say this body acts within the happen between the both of us. Why are you doing like this?
So
I know she was saying it
during the breakup period that you told her that you wanted to break up. And he said, okay. So how were you able to how was it like for you? How were you able to come out of it? Like, did you move on? My friend, try calling her back.
My friend were the one, telling me that I shouldn't call this girl back.
You wanted to?
I wanted to.
Did you eventually?
No, I did not.
Okay. So it took like how many months or years to actually say, okay, I'm done from her?
It was I think there's this person I met, right, in Lagos, a girl, a very fine girl, right? After her, so I met her. We didn't date, but she helped me move on during that period. Helped me move on, and right now I've not. It's something of the past. You understand? So I'm over that right now.
But you were able to learn one or two lessons from.
Yeah.
What lessons were you able to learn from that in particular?
I know most guys won't like this, so I know you won't like this, but be financially stable at the point before getting to a relationship, because I'm telling you, because this relationship thing, girls like to be spoiled. They love flowers. At least take care of their nails, 5,000, 10,000 naira. Take care of their nails, buy wig for them. See, I'm not saying this is not. Bible said a man who can't, care for his wife is more than. I'm not saying she's your wife. Is more than an infidel. But if you're going to date, at least you're still going to extract some of the church doctrine. I mean, you're the man in the relationship. You should be able to spend on your girl, right? You should be able to at least take care of her to an extent. So, and whereas you don't have money for it, it won't work. So start you. Just imagine see your girl come meet you tomorrow. Say, people, please, I'm sorry, but can you borrow me? Can you help me with 50k? I can't give her 50k, and there's this guy has been checking her since how many years now, that tell her that I can even give you 100k, 200k, and she goes there. First day, the guy gives him 50k. You know, next time the guy said, okay, let's meet at this so restaurant, and I'll give you 100k. Before you know, they're going to take your girl. I know. See, trust me, I know a girl that wants to stay will stay, but trust me, most of the times, it's just like you're craving for pure and cold water, and you tell someone you love to give you cold water, and he fetches water from the well and put it on top of the table and starts fanning it for it to cool, and one guy just bring in one chilled cold ever water and just hit it on the table like bah. Say, baby, take this water. Which one will you go take? You understand? It's more like most times those temptations are very irresistible. Like you can fall into it. You understand? So at least just try get small bar, even though not really small bar. You understand? I told myself I was not going to date again until I get this bar where, like, I'm currently very single. Very single. Yeah, I'm single.
Ladies, you can hear.
It's not about it. I don't need girls for now. I don't need girls for now.
People will be very interested in your relationship status, so that's why.
And they know I'm single.
It's good to clarify.
They know I'm single. My kind of content, I do use girls a lot. And I don't have money. I don't want someone that come and tell me that I don't want you to use this girl when I need my page to be monetized, and these girls are the ones that are going to give me monetization. And when I do all those my sexy eye with them, do you love me? Say it again. You know, those kind of thing. And I need them. You understand? I say you can't come and tell me not to shoot with them when you're not bringing money. I don't have money. I need money. So when I get a level of financial stability.
So you think at this point you are not on that level to actually go into a relationship, even though, because are you saying like parenting, like you don't have like a crush or someone?
I do have people. I want to be with Uche Montana and Juliet Ibrahim and Irasta. Those are my crush. I'm just kidding. But those are my people. But if I want to be in a relationship right now, I must be financially stable. Or even though any girl would want to sweep me off my feet now, you must have this level of understanding that even though you're the one providing, you shouldn't be authoritative. You should also.
That can ever work.
I feel it. I've seen women that are down to earth like that. Yes, I've seen. Wow. Yeah, you should be able to assert that level of, responsibility, in chargeness. I know there's no word like that, but you should know that I'm still in charge.
But you should bruise your ego.
Exactly. Men we are egoistic being, but then I know that to find out who my ego has, so it's just better for me to just stay where I am. Please, I don't want problem. Yeah.
No relationship, no problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that was a very interesting one. Now coming back to
still asking question.
I'm trying to ask the question people will want to know.
Okay.
I'm the voice of the people, right?
Okay.
So majority of people will be like, oh, why is this guy always on this? There's this your signature
nose ring
and all that.
Oh yeah.
You have this personality you portray. You can't lose, like you are giving that bad boy.
Funny enough, people think I'm gay because of that nose ring. Like,
wow.
If I catch your sister, oh God. People actually think I'm gay. Like, that nose ring is just to portray a bad character, and of course to make my video go viral. Because I mean, just imagine you're going through your feed and you just see a full-fledged guy putting on nose ring. Won't you stop? A very big nose ring. Won't you stop? So it's more like a clickbait. I went through my TikTok comment section in analytics, and I saw that the most commented word or phrase there was nose rings. A nose ring. I hate this
fact that you have that nose
ring. Exactly. So, funny enough, they think I pierced my nose. In fact, let me just do how I do it.
Okay.
So this is the nose ring I normally use. I have this like mini in my house. So I'll just clip it in my nose, and that's it. And that's it. And you guys think in fact, please, why I'm even clearing the air? Sorry. Yes, I'm gay. You guys should think whatever you want to think. Please just give me views. I need my YouTube to be monetized and my Facebook. So whatever you want to think, it doesn't affect me. Just keep on thinking. just view my video and just comment, so it will go more viral, and I'll make more money, and I'll pass more message to people that are willing to, you know, to look beyond the nose ring and other, you know, thing, and just
So
and
just
drive
for
my
clarity
content.
purpose, it's just the personality you're portraying out there.
Nothing serious, nothing extra. It just, if I want to act a bad role, and if I see that, okay, I've not gone viral for quite a long time, my video has not hit 1 million view, right, I'll just, you know, put on that nose ring, so that I'll just grab more audience.
Interesting. It has been a very interesting and rigorous session with you. You know fully well that you have lots of those kind of stories embedded in you, and thanks for sharing your stories. It was an interesting one.
Exactly.
Okay guys, we've come to the end of this session. Don't forget to subscribe, like, that's the only way you can support our channel. See you again next episode. Bye.